Hey guys, this is Shinx and welcome back to another One Piece Bounty Rush video. So in this video, as you've seen from the title, I'll be crowning my top 3 for each different classes. So I think a lot of these characters will probably be like you guys will already know that it might be you guys will already guess them, but yeah, we'll just still be going through the characters for the top 3. So first is the attackers. Attackers for the number 1 spot, actually it is super tough because I was deciding between these two characters, and both of these two characters are really good. They have no issues countering each other nor destroying other people, but I think still I gotta give it to Katakuri. So Katakuri, this guy is just a monster. Like, oh my god, his stats wise it's really very good. So his attackers, usually you just want to have a lot of attack stat, and this guy obviously doesn't disappoint. I believe he has currently almost the highest attacker stat in the game, and with character boost he's just gonna excel even more. Then the thing about him is not just based on the like his stats. I mean, it plays a part, but the next thing is also his normal attacks. Number 1, his normal attacks is actually very good. So his normal attacks, as you guys know, has a lot of range for the first hit, and the last hit also have especially long range. You don't have to hit you don't have to go your same thing as law. You don't have to use everything of your normal attacks. You can just like make it so that the last hit will hit the target, and yeah, he's just gonna absolutely destroy people with his normal attacks, and it's relatively fast too. So like, as you guys know, reach is kind of important. Like, if you cannot reach the target, you cannot hit it, and in this game, when 2-person attacks, the one that is faster and reaches the target first will be able to continue his combo, while that's not the case for the other person. So this guy absolutely monster for his normal attacks. So okay, next let's talk about the skills. This skill actually is very strong. So it's mid-range only, but it kind of feels like a very close long range. So it has 29 seconds cooldown, which is very fast. And the thing, even though this skill might not be plain, right, like it might just seem like a normal skill, it is insane because it stacks with it gives you attack buff based on the trait, and also he does have knockback, which is a plus, and it nullifies stagger for a set period of time, which is super insane for a character like Katakuri, because later the traits will also go through on that. Then skill 2, pretty simple, fast, nullify stagger also, which is very good for Katakuri, and acquire speed debuff, which is something sweet. So both of these skills have one-shot capability, and yeah, skill 2 has a higher chance of killing. It's probably like a one-shot to Big Moms. Skill 1 also, you can do quite a lot of damage to Big Moms. Like, if your first hit can penetrate her defense, right, the second hit will just destroy her. So traits, he's the dodge master. As you guys know, every time he takes 2 hit, you will recover your dodge. Then pretty much you can dodge through a lot of multi-hit attacks, like the what's that, the Frankie one, no issue. Like, even if you use the dodge, he use it, you can still get back your dodge relatively easy. And as you can see, boost skill 1 at boost attack by 30% when using skill 1. Next is, he doesn't have a down effect. This is broken because his skill, he only has stagger, and his skill nullifies stagger. So in that case, right, his skill, when you use it, unless you use it out of range, right, it's gonna hit the target unless their skill is faster. So that's why this guy is actually a beast. And yeah, I'll have a gameplay video of him coming up soon, and yeah, it's quite disgusting. So number 2, he's very close to the Katakuri, but as you guys know, he's actually insane. Probably some people might argue that he might even be better than Katakuri, but based on the fact that he cannot really, he doesn't have like multi-hit, which is pretty bad for Big Mom. Yeah, makes me think that he's a little bit lower than Katakuri, but yep. So this guy is the second place, Wano Zoro. So he also have pretty insane attack stat, almost rival to Katakuri ones. And what makes him so good is his normal attack is very good. It has a lot of range to it. Then the last hit also, it follow us on the target so that even if they dodge the first hit, they will not dodge the second hit. And all of these hits are fast and pretty painful also. Then okay, skills. This skill very good, simple, one shot, nullify stagger for set period of time. Like a lot of people that I see do is just like when you bait the dodge, just use this, or if you use your dodge, just use this, because this skill is quite fast and it has a higher chance of when you use your dodge, right, usually you'll be dead, but because how fast this skill is, you might come back and kill the opponent instead. And yeah, pretty simple. The kind of downside is that this skill doesn't have insane cooldown, but for a one shot it has a pretty okay cooldown. Then this skill, one of the longest, very long attack range. Like the longest is probably Kizaru skill 2, but this guy fast. He's like an upgraded Mihawk skill 2, which is super fast. It's almost impossible to perfect dodge it unless you have it's quite like you can perfect dodge it. Like if you see it coming, you prepare for it, you can perfect dodge it. But it's definitely not that 100% accurate unless you like keep master it. And this guy, he can just keep spamming this skill because of his 18 seconds and the damage. If you can crit, put some crit medals to it, like unique trait that boosters crit, example would be Along. When he crits, bro, this guy does so much damage. It can go above 50% of the HPs. Then traits. Trait wise, this guy also have very good traits. Like when your strength is more than 70%, boot changes down to stagger, pretty good. Then he also have increased treasure damage to when you're in your own treasure, which encourages people to just stay at your own treasure to defend. And when you use your skill 2 near your treasure, in your own treasure area, you get bonus damage, which is super good. Then next will be just, yeah, he just have quite a lot of damage, increased damage one. Like when in area of treasure, you get reduced damage also, which is a plus. Like this whole kit revolves around him being in his own treasure area and the team having more treasure. So the way to counter it is obviously to be the outside of the treasure. So yep. Then okay, the last part of the attackers one is basically, I think you guys already kind of know this already. So this guy, so he might not be a bit he has absurd attack stat also, like bro, and his normal attack is also very good. It's just like a little bit, he just lacks a bit of range for the first hit, which can be bad, can be good. Usually it's bad, so yeah. Then last hit definitely is very good too, like it just charges towards the enemy. So yep. Then medals that you can build him on, if you can build crit medals on him, he's just gonna destroy so many people. Like especially like his normal attacks, you know, he does so much damage. If you can crit, your one whole normal chain could essentially destroy just one people. And yep, this guy just pretty awesome. Then skills, like the reason why he's not rank 1 and 2, I think is because of like these skills in general. So skill 1, very good ability that has knockback, nullify stagger and speed debuff. Then it has 29 seconds, which is very good. Then like if you can crit with this, usually it does so much damage. But the skill 2 is the pretty, like, how to say, the a bit of the downside. Like, as you guys know, Katakuri, both these skills may be a bit long, but it's still shorter than Gear 4 ones. Gear 4 skill 2, insane 100% tremor chance, pretty much one of the broken skills if you can land it, because opponents will just die. Like, even if you can't one shot them, you will follow up with the normal attacks, which is insane. Then this skill also, if you look at the traits, it gives you attack buff, which is very nice for him. Then what else? Yeah, the only downside is the super long cooldown. Like Katakuri skill 1, 30 seconds have the attack boost. This one, 60 seconds attack boost. So I think you guys already kind of know which skill is better. And okay, next is his traits. His traits is also very good by all means. Like, he have resist stagger at strength more than 80%, which means that, like, something like when you're capturing a flag, right? If you have more than 100% HP, more than 80% HP, when they attack you, you can still continue capturing the flag. And normal attacks also, you can just take a bit of their normal attacks and just destroy them continuously. Then he has a lot of attack trait, increased damage trait. So he, in enemy treasure and when your allies are not near your treasure area, increase total of 50% damage dealt. Then he also have this random 5% chance to boost defense by 20%, which will make him a little bit tankier. So overall, he's just a pretty insane attacker. Like, if you cannot kill him with your skills, right, normal attack wise, right, you most likely lose out on him because he just destroys people. So yep. Then I think that there's a lot of other good attackers, like, by all means, but I think these three just stands out. Like, when you see them, you know you are afraid of something. So yep, I think that this concludes the top 3 attacker for this for a little bit of the Shink's opinion. I think most of you guys agree to this, but I think pretty sure there will be handful that say Wano Zoro is better than Katakuri, something like that. So yep, then do let me know what you guys feel about these 3 nominees, and do you have any other honorable mentions? There are a lot of other good attackers. I think just generally these 3 they just do what they do best. And yep, do like this video if you actually enjoyed it, and consider subscribing for more One Piece Bounty Rush videos. Then that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.